The first time the engine roars, it does not sound like a car. It sounds like a moment in history. A deep mechanical thunder mixed with the scream of a naturally aspirated V16, rising like an orchestra that has been silent for decades and suddenly explodes back to life. In a world where supercars are becoming quieter, smaller, and more digital, one machine has appeared that seems almost rebellious. It is louder, it is more mechanical, it is unbelievably powerful, and it might be the most ambitious hypercar ever built. This is the Bugatti Tourbillon, and the story behind it is not just about speed or luxury, it is about redefining what a hypercar can be in an age of electrification. For years, Bugatti was known for creating monsters powered by the legendary W16 engine. Cars like the Veyron and the Chiron shattered speed records and redefined engineering limits. The W16 engine became a symbol of excess and perfection. 16 cylinders, 4 turbochargers, power figures that seemed impossible when the Veyron first appeared. But the automotive world is changing rapidly. Emissions regulations are tightening. Electric technology is evolving quickly. Many people believe the era of massive combustion engines was ending. Bugatti had a choice: either follow the trend and create a silent electric hypercar, or build something that honored mechanical engineering while embracing the future. They chose the second path. The Tourbillon is the result of that decision, and it represents a completely new chapter for the brand. The most shocking part is under the rear glass. Instead of the famous W16, Bugatti partnered with Cosworth to build an entirely new engine from the ground up. What they created is one of the most outrageous engines ever designed for a road car. It is a naturally aspirated 8.3-liter V16. No turbochargers, no compromises, just 16 cylinders screaming at incredibly high revolutions. Cosworth, the same engineering company known for creating legendary racing engines in Formula One and endurance racing, spent years perfecting this masterpiece. The engine alone produces around 1,000 horsepower without any turbo assistance. That alone would make it one of the most powerful naturally aspirated engines ever built. But Bugatti did not stop there. The Tourbillon is also a hybrid. 3 electric motors are integrated into the drivetrain, 2 are placed on the front axle and 1 sits at the rear. Together, they add roughly 800 horsepower. When everything works together, the total system output reaches around 1,800 horsepower. That number alone places the Tourbillon among the most powerful production cars ever created. But the real magic is not just the power figure, it is how that power is delivered. Electric motors provide instant torque. The moment the driver touches the accelerator, the car launches forward with brutal force. At the same time, the V16 engine builds power in a dramatic rising crescendo that electric cars simply cannot replicate. It is a combination of 2 worlds: instant electric acceleration and the emotional sound of a massive combustion engine. Imagine pressing the throttle and hearing 16 cylinders come alive behind you while electric motors silently push the car forward with unbelievable force. The Tourbillon is projected to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in around 2 seconds. Top speed will likely exceed 400 kilometers per hour once the special speed key mode is activated. Thanks to a large battery pack, the car can travel around 60 kilometers without using the V16 engine at all. That means the same machine capable of 400 kilometer per hour speeds can quietly glide through a city like an electric luxury car. Bugatti knew the Tourbillon could not simply look like another Chiron evolution. This car represents a completely new era for the brand, especially since Bugatti is now partnered with Rimac, the Croatian company famous for building some of the most advanced electric hypercars in the world. The exterior design reflects that change. The Tourbillon looks both futuristic and timeless. The iconic Bugatti horseshoe grille remains at the front, instantly recognizable. The rear is equally dramatic: a massive diffuser, advanced aerodynamic elements, but the most extraordinary part of the Tourbillon might actually be inside. Bugatti did something completely unexpected with the interior. In most modern hypercars, the dashboard is dominated by screens. Digital displays change constantly as technology evolves. In 10 years, many of those systems feel outdated. Bugatti wanted to avoid that problem, so they turned to watchmakers. Yes, the interior of the Tourbillon includes a mechanical instrument cluster designed in collaboration with Swiss luxury watchmakers. The central gauge cluster is built using hundreds of tiny components similar to those found in high-end mechanical watches. Titanium, sapphire crystal, and precision gears come together to create an instrument display that is not digital at all. It is entirely mechanical. Bugatti claims this cluster could still function perfectly even 100 years from now. Think about that for a moment. Most modern cars rely on software updates and fragile screens, but the Tourbillon uses mechanical craftsmanship designed to last generations. The cluster displays speed, engine revolutions, and hybrid system information through intricate moving parts that feel more like a luxury timepiece than a car dashboard. It is called a tourbillon, the same name used for one of the most complicated mechanisms in watchmaking. That is where the car gets its name. And once you see it, it makes perfect sense. The interior continues this theme of timeless craftsmanship. The steering wheel itself is a work of art. The center hub is fixed while the rim rotates around it, allowing the instrument cluster to remain perfectly visible at all times. Inside the hub are rotating mechanical components that look like something from a high-end Swiss watch. Every surface inside the car is finished with extreme precision. Aluminum, titanium, crystal, and leather are combined in ways that feel more like a luxury sculpture than a typical automotive interior. There are hidden screens integrated into the dashboard for modern functionality, but they remain concealed most of the time. With the press of a button, a digital display can rise from the center console when needed, but when it is hidden, the cabin looks almost timeless. It feels like a machine that could exist 50 years in the future or 50 years in the past, and that is exactly what Bugatti intended.
But here is where the story becomes even more incredible: the price. Owning a Bugatti has never been affordable, but the Tourbillon takes exclusivity to another level. The starting price is around 3.8 million euros before customization. For buyers in the United States, the final price after taxes and options can easily exceed $4 million. And Bugatti customers rarely choose basic configurations. Many request completely unique interior materials, so some Tourbillon models will likely reach $5 million or more. Yet despite that price, the production run is extremely limited. Only 250 units will be built worldwide, and many of them were reserved almost immediately after the reveal. That means the majority of people will never see one in person. Imagine standing next to this machine as the V16 engine starts for the first time. 16 pistons begin moving. Electric motors quietly awaken. The dashboard gears start turning like a luxury watch. And then the throttle opens. The sound fills the air. The car launches forward with a force that feels almost unreal. For a few seconds, technology, engineering, and emotion all collide into one experience. And that is the essence of the Bugatti Tourbillon. Not just speed, not just luxury, but a fusion of art, engineering, and ambition that pushes the limits of what a car can be. Because sometimes the future is not about replacing the past. Sometimes the future is about making the past even more extraordinary.